Daily, and welcome to the class today. Today we are going to be considering the topic research itself. So, why do we do research, and what are the things to know about a research? First, research is a quest to feed your curiosity. You have a question about something, you have something in mind, you want to understand the nature of something, you want to see more about something. So, about a phenomenon, you want to explain a particular phenomenon. That's what the research is. So, the major reason for doing research is to answer questions. Why? How? Who? So, that is what brings about research. You need to have questions to answer. So, your research must be answering a particular question. Now, so it's a careful consideration of study regarding a particular with a particular concern or problem using scientific method. So you just have a particular method for answering those questions. That's when it becomes a research. So, according to L. Robert Babbie, he said research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. So it involves inductive and deductive method, which we will be having a brief explanation on inductive and deductive method in some other time. However, what early Robert is still trying to tell us here is that in a research, is it that you're trying to explain something, is it that you're trying to describe something, is it that you want to predict what the outcome of something will be. You, based on the previous outcomes, then you want to predict a future outcome, or you even want to control something. So you want to change how the status quo of something, of a phenomenon, or actually an happening. So that is why you are doing a research. Then what are the purposes of research? Research we'll be discussing is the explanatory research, exploratory research. I would say exploratory research, you want to actually investigate something. In this part of research, you are not actually giving a judgment. You are not being judgmental. You are not giving your own opinion. You are asking to know more. So you just want to gain more insight into something. You want to have more understanding of something. So, for instance, you want to know about a subject matter on let's say molecular biology. Then you decide to meet a biologist, someone an expert in the field, to explain what it is to you. So in that aspect, you are not in a position to judge. Or you want to know about a particular religion, and you meet an expert in that religion. So if such an expert explain the religious concepts to you, that is what we call you get to know more about it. So you are not to judge, you are not to give more, you are not to give a conclusion on it or anything on an exploratory research. You just want to explore. You are not drawing any conclusion. You just want to explore. You want to know more. You want to investigate a particular phenomena. So, and these kind of research you usually gets usually done using non-numeric data. You get your data through interview, through a focus group discussion, and you get to understand things from people who know more about that particular subject. So then the next we have the definition of research itself, of explanatory research. The next is explanatory research, and in an explanatory research, what are you doing in an explanatory research? Is you are doing is you are investigating the problem, which is not clear. It is not clearly defined. Then you want to explain what is actually happening here. So the primary purpose of an explanatory research is to explain why a phenomenon occur and to predict future occurrence. So why is this thing happening, and why what are the future occurrence? What could likely happen? For instance, you have a product that is a product is available and people are buying it, and for instance during the rainy season they stop buying. So why do people stop buying about that product during the rainy season? So you get to know why. So then what could actually be done to it? What could be the what time again will they not buy, and what could be the future expectation? So then what could you do to modify the situation? You get a lot of things to do in an explanatory research. You explain why a phenomenon occur, how it could occur, and what could be the what could be done to change such a situation, or even to enhance such situation, how it might be. So actually, we get data of these two. You can get it through survey, in-depth interview, because in this time around, you are trying to get an in-depth understanding of something. So you can get through in-depth interview, a case study for particular subject matter. Then actually literature research, when you get to know what has been done on this thing before, what have people written on this particular phenomenon. So and also focus group discussion can also be used on these two. So same as exploratory. And last on the list, are going to be considering descriptive and research. In a descriptive research, it's more focused on expanding your knowledge on the current situation. So you gather data, gather information on a particular situation, and you try to get more. For instance, you want to know the relationship between religious affiliation and fertility behavior. So it means you're asking a question of, okay, does a particular religion, does a particular religion, okay, supports the use of contraceptive, and the ones that does not support it. So the adherents, what are the differences between those who are following a particular religion and the use of contraceptive? So you can actually use this is actually using done using measurable skills. So you want to consider about top level management leadership in the 21st century. You want to see how profits and everything run. So in this kind of research, you need more of numeric data to explain the phenomenon. So you do a lot of data analysis, and this is what we'll be working more on with SPSS. So and in this kind of research, the kind of tools you also acquire, the kind of data you acquire we may also be through those kind of such kind of data collection is through case study, or you do correlation analysis, longitudinal studies, experimental studies, and clinical trials. So for those of we may try to read up and check more on these explanation, because this is just a brief class on research itself. So we're going to be talking about method of data collection for research. We say all research run on data, and what are the methods for collecting most of those data. So we are going to be explaining the qualitative and quantitative methods, and we're going to be differentiating. So for qualitative method, you collect your data in is usually containing open-ended questions, where data is usually collected in a non-numeric format, maybe through an interview, through a focus group discussion, through actually you in this kind of method, you are collecting the data in a non-numeric format. People are talking, they are explaining themselves, and you are actually documenting. So it's usually very, very difficult to put such data into numbers. Then the next one is the quantitative method. In the quantitative method of data analysis, it's where you actually get your data in numeric format. Maybe be it categorical data, be it categorical variables, be it non-categorical, be it anything it may be. You are getting your data in non-numeric format. So in this format, you have more of numbers around. So it's actually easy to use such data and such a source solution, statistical analysis solution such as SPSS on this kind of on this method. However, on the qualitative method, you can use a software such as Atlas T or in vivo. So those are the kind of software you can use for a qualitative analysis. So but for quantitative, it's very easy for you to use SPSS, Excel, Stata, and the like, MATLAB, whatever whatever method you want to use is easy using those software for quantitative. But for qualitative, it's better you use something like Atlas T, something like in vivo, and the likes. So And on the final note, research is only valuable if and useful when it is valid. That is functional, is logical, is rigorous and impartial. So that's when your research is actually valuable. So when you have a research that is not valid, actually it's nothing. It has to be accurate. You have to try as much as possible to make sure that your research is error free. Then it should be reliable, as other people who are investigating the same phenomenon should have similar results, which means you've done your work well. So thank you very much for participating in this class. Have a nice day. My name is Dilly. Pleased to meet you.